We need to be careful about what we allow other people to do to us. This song also contains a pornographic sample of... Hey stranger. Welcome to my award-winning album, Virtual Love, with commentary. My name is Adam. You can find me at Both Eyes Open Music everywhere. My gift to you is making music, as opposed to making AI music. Because newsflash, there's no such thing as making AI music. The opening track is called The End. The closing track is called The Beginning. Look how creative I am. It starts with this motif that I actually originally wrote for a show I did with my mom. It features my mom on flute and piano. Over top, you hear a voice listing off types of love and terms related to love. This voice is like an artificial reality assistant that goes with wearing an artificial reality headset. And she's openly ominous with her disturbing voice, saying that she is putting the protagonist in a 15-year coma. I wrote this first song without thinking about chorus, verse, and all that. Unformulaic, meditative, explorative, a discovery being made by the musician in real time as much as a discovery for the listener, you know? I knew the general ideas I wanted to inject into the song. I wanted it to be about being blind to myself as a defense mechanism against people who would be threatening if confronted with who I really am. And of course, that only caused me to destroy myself. And I didn't realize the damage that would cause when I was a child and I developed this coping mechanism. The things I held on to get me through that weren't necessarily really there is rather open-ended. The key takeaway from this song, I would say, is the way we feel toward ourselves can determine how we allow other people to treat us, and we need to be careful about what we allow other people to do to us by being careful what we think we deserve and don't deserve. The song is also quite allegorical. It feels like it's a different version of the Adam and Eve story. It's an ending to the status quo of staying away from the forbidden fruit. And then, boom, everything changes. There seems to be a curse on everything, and that would seem like an end, you know? But it's in fact only the beginning. The song hints at my first true love. All of this is also to serve as hyping up a film that I am making. I think this film provides a real antidote to doom scrolling against our better judgment and to other world issues. It's going to be free across all social media platforms for the most part. This song also doesn't contain a drum kit because I wanted to separate the songs with a drum kit from the songs without a drum kit so that I could simply tell people that the songs with drums were engineered by my engineer friend Derek Lowe and the songs without drums were engineered by myself. That backfired because I ended up including songs on the album with drums that I engineered. And I say engineer loosely, I mean Derek is the real engineer, who obviously wouldn't really want me to have tampered with the mix of the album by introducing a whole bunch of extra elements and edited elements of what he already finished. But I had to, because I had to repurpose the whole album. I had to put together parts that weren't there in the first place and insert them and make it more special. And I think it was worth it because, you know, I did win Best Alternative Album of the Year at the Afri Indie Awards for it. Next time I work with him, though, I'll refrain from making endless adjustments, especially after he's already done his part. Because otherwise it makes him look like he mixed certain things as poorly as I in fact did. That said, it's also good that it isn't the best mix across the board all the time because it makes it human. It makes it sound broken in a beautiful way. Speaking of broken, this song even includes a sample I took from the first piece of prawn I ever saw. Yes, you heard right. Henty, to be specific. If you don't know what prawn or henty refer to, bless your heart. I discovered it when I was 15 on my flip phone, and that was the beginning of the end, so to speak. I turned to that anytime I couldn't cope with life. And the song is about that in a way too. Sampling that was a way of integrating that with an attitude of acceptance and peace as a way of moving on. Because the best way to move on from something is to accept it first, you know? Otherwise you're fighting it. You can't fight fire with fire. Anyways, that got a little abstract. Thank you for listening to my ramblings. And stay tuned for the next episode in anticipation of the film I am putting together, commenting on what it's like to be an artist in this crazy doom-scrolling time we're living in. Thank you, and good night.
But I broke her heart severely, so I'll go on to punish myself with women who will hurt me. Virtual love.